Hello everyone, welcome to our fourth lecture on our Python NumPy series. So in this lecture we're going to look at indexing and slicing. Let's start by importing our NumPy. Before that, why don't we remember what it's like to index and slice in a normal Python array. So let's create a Python array in 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So let's remember. Let's say we want to get the second element in this array, which is 2. For that, after we wrote array variable here, we're going to put curly braces and type the index number of the element we would like to receive. So in this case, we want to receive 2, and the index number is for 2 is 1. So let's remember, it starts by 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And when we run this, we will receive 2. Let's say we want to get 5. For that, we should type 4 here and we will receive 5. Great, so let's look at how to slice. Slicing is basically getting a fracture or a part of the entire array. So let's say we would like to receive, starting from 3, the entire array. For that, we should type the index number of the 3, which is 2, and put a column here. We don't really need to put anything after the column since we're going to go until the end of the array. And this should give us 3, 4, and 5. We can do the same thing if we would like to start from the beginning and go until somewhere. So let's say we want to start from 1, but we would like to end at 4, but not including the 4. So we should type the 4's index number, because this means that start from the beginning but go until the 3, the number that has index number 3, but don't include that. So this should give us 1, 2, and 3. If you would like to receive 2 through 4 but not including 5, we should type here 1 and 4. This would give us 2, 3, and 4. Excellent. Now let's continue with NumPy array. So I'm going to import NumPy here, and to make it easier to call, I'm going to put np there, and let's create our NumPy array. If you don't know what's a NumPy array or dimensions in a NumPy array, I would recommend you to watch our previous videos to understand the topic better. So let's start by creating a 2-dimensional array. I'm going to put numbers 1, 2, and 3 here, and 4, 5, and 6. Okay. So let's start by indexing. Let's say we want to index 3. The method we use to index in NumPy array is a bit different, but it's pretty much the same. The logic is the same, but the structure is a bit different. So we go by dimension, which I mean by that is layer by layer. So we're going to start from the layer that's on the outer side. Looking at these curly braces, we only see 2 different elements here, the first array and the second array. Since the number 3 is in the first array, we'll go ahead and type 0 here, because the first element's index number is always 0. And now we're in this array, the last layer. To get 3, we can just look at this as a normal array and type 2 here, since here the last element's index number is 2. And when we run this, we should receive 3. It's pretty easy. Let's do another example. Let's say we want to receive 6 here. What we should do is, we should type 1 here, since the 6 is in the second array, and now at the last layer we should again type 2, because the index number of 6 is 2. So when we do this, we shouldn't start by indexing the numbers by 0, 1, 2, and then continue with 3, 4, 5. Each array has its unique indexing numbers, and every time it starts from 0. So the indexing number of 4 is 0. by the way, we got 6 here, so let's test that out. We're still at the second array, so if we change 2 to 0, we should receive 4. So why don't you pause the video here and try to find 5 and 2 here. So if you completed, let me do it, and if you couldn't, just watch. To get 2 here, we should type 0 because it's in the first array, and then when we move to the second layer, we should type 1 here, since the indexing number of 2 in the last array is 1. And the get 5, we should do the similar operation, but just to change the first 0 to 1, since it's in the second array, and the indexing number of the second array is 1. And when we run this, we will receive 5. So let's do another example in a third dimensional array. Like I said, if you're not familiar with the dimensions, you should probably go and watch our other video about arrays. Sorry, I had to stop the video for a minute. Yeah, let's continue with a three-dimensional array. Yeah, 7, 8, and 9 here. 10, 11, and 12. Great. So, in order to index a three-dimensional array, we have to do the same procedure, but a bit longer. So, let's say we want to receive 9 here. And before that, let me check if I did the dimensions correct. And to check, you should type the array's name and then dim. Let's run this if it's correct. Yeah, we have three-dimensional array. Excellent. Let's put our brackets here again. Okay, so let's say we want to receive 8. For that, you should again start from the outer layer. And the outer layer has two different arrays. The first one is this one, and the second one is this. So 8 is in the second one, so we should start by typing 1 here. Later, we're at this layer. And now we have again two different arrays, and 8 is in the first one. So we should type 0 since the first element's indexing number is 0. And lastly, we're at the array that we wanted to reach, and we should just go ahead and write 1 to receive 8. And when we run this, we can receive 8. So pause the video here again and try to reach 5 here. If you're done, check your answer, and if you couldn't do it, just watch along. So again, we would like to reach here, so we will start by typing 0 here, and then 0. After we reached here, 5 is in the second array, so we should type 1 here. And now we're at the level we could go most inside in, and now we should just type 1 here. When we write this, we will receive 5. With the indexing method, you can also get an entire array. Let's say we would like to get the array that contains 10, 11, and 12. We're going to start with the same logic. First, look at from the outer level and see that the 10, 12, 11, and 12 are in the second array, so we'll start by typing 1, and again we should again type just 1 here since it's in the second array, and this is pretty much it. And when we run this, we will get 10, 11, and 12. Let's try another example. This time let's receive 1, 2, and 3. So we will start by typing 0 since the 1, 2, and 3 is in the first array, and again we will type 0 again because inside this second layer 1, 2, and 3 is still in the first array. So when we run this, we will receive 1, 2, and 3. This is it for the indexing. Let's move on with the slicing. To slice an array, you should do what you do in indexing, but use columns instead. So let's say we would like to receive 5 and 6 here. Like indexing, we will start by typing 0 and 1 and now we're at this array. The number we want to receive is 5 and 6. Let's remember from the Python array. We should first type the index number of the number we want to start slicing by, which is 5 here, and the indexing number of 5 is 1. Like I said, every array indexing number starts from resets and starts from beginning. So 4 has 0, not 3. And now we should put a column here that symbolizes that we would like to continue until the end, because we're not putting anything after the column. And when we run this, we will receive 5 and 6. Now, let me give you an example. If you want, you can pause the video or just watch along. Let's say we would like to receive 10 and 11. Sorry, my Siri automatically started itself. Yeah. You try to get 10 and 12 here. Okay, so now to get 10 and 12, we're going to start from the outer layer and start by typing 1. Now we're at the second section, and 10 and, sorry, not 10 and 12, 10 and 11 are in the second array in the second section. So we should continue by typing 1 here, and now we want it to start from beginning and go to this first indexing element. So for that, we can start by putting a column here and then typing 2. As you can remember, the number on the right side of the column is the number we would like to go till, but not including. So 2 here stands for 12, and we don't want to include 12 here. When we run this, we will receive 10 and 11. As you can see, indexing and slicing is as simple as it is in Python arrays. If you have any questions, feel free to comment down below. You can support us and access exclusive content from our Patreon page. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Signing off.